Alright, we got the Hood Olympics.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ah! What's up, guys? I have the 2014 Q50. It's currently tuned by somebody else from another state. He just asked me to delete the tune. I didn't really ask him why. And sometimes you guys do tuned by somebody else. You do come to me to delete the tune for the reasons are usually like you're tired of it, or you're tired of their service, or they just stop replying to you, which is really weird. And I don't know. It's like, even I know you guys tell me like you'll ask your tuner for a retune and they just don't reply to you. So it's like they don't care once they take the initial money, because they probably make less money the second time. But obviously it has to be a tuner that gets a lot of customers like me. But it's like you should still provide the service to somebody that already paid for you. But anyways, yeah, this is pretty cool right here. I don't know if that means it's recording or not, so it's probably listening to me, but I actually like that. I might look into it. I'm not too sure. For my G37. Yeah, so I'm just kind of curious. I'm just gonna ask him anyways why he came here. Maybe it's closer to him, but that's not a problem. Like I said, I've had to delete tunes from other tuners many times before, but those are usually the reasons. You're just tired of it, like you have problems with them. You get discouraged about your car when it doesn't run right, and things like that. I'm sure many of you guys, oh, that was cool. It showed like a whole menu right there. It looked like a bunch of apps popped up. There you go. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so it's like these other tuners will discourage you because you're having so many problems. And I'm talking about, like, it's not like a part failed or other things. It's like it's tune related, and you guys get so discouraged. And then when you come to me and your all your hope is already gone, and you come to me as a last resort, and then all of a sudden, it feels like a brand new car. What's up, guys? I have this 05 G35 6-speed coupe. Unfortunately, yes, it's a rev up. It is currently tuned by somebody else in like Lancaster, Palmdale. I don't know if it's the same area. I could be off completely. They did a street tune over there, and he said as soon as he got it tuned, it just didn't run good. I think he kept the car for about 2 weeks stored. He said he didn't really drive it. He said everything was good before the tune. So he brought it to George. I think George checked the injectors and everything, and checked for leaks and all other sorts of diagnostics, and everything is fine. There's nothing wrong. So now, I mean, if it has a tune, so it moves on to the tune if you can't find anything. So just like in another video, I don't know if I've uploaded it yet or not. I probably did. We have to contact the customer and ask him if he wants me to go in, because once I go into the tune, it's gonna delete the other person's tune. I don't have access to it. I can't put it back. If he wants it back for some reason, which obviously he's not going to because it doesn't even run right, he has to contact this person so they can upload it back, and then it would be up to them if they want to charge him or not, which is actually completely fine. Maybe they won't, maybe they will, but I know he's not gonna go back because I'm gonna fix this car. It's literally the tune. I think this guy's having a problem tuning cars on 85. I'm not too sure because this is not the first car, and obviously the proof is in my videos and in my stories. Anyways, I'm gonna go in on this right now, and it just runs extremely bad. So I'm gonna fix this for him. I've been talking to the guy on the phone just to get this going. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start it. Let's see how it starts. All right, starts normal. That's a good sign. I'm gonna just check the log right here. All right, and the car idles really good. Look at that, 14s on both banks. I'm gonna go take it for a drive. Like that. fast. What's up, guys? I have this G35 coupe. It was supercharged. It came from, I think it was up north in Cali. I think he said he won it from a raffle from someone, but the owner just said that it was really slow. This one was on a standalone, so we removed the standalone ECU and we put back a OEM one, and I'm starting to tune it, but I have to talk to George, because I think that George said the customer said he just wanted it to start up and kind of like drive, so not like a full tune. That's not really what I do, but then if that's what this one wants so the car can get out, then I'm gonna have to charge him anyways. So I'll have George contact him, or maybe I'll get the number and I'll call him and see what he wants. But I don't even know what injectors are on here. I don't know anything on this car. And so I got it to idle very good. You can see the 14, the 15 that you see on the left right there, the O2 sensor actually doesn't work, which is why it has the check engine light for it. So when it came in, the car wouldn't idle at all. It would just shut off. George automatically assumed and told him it's probably the tune, which that's what it was. So I don't even know who tuned it. I didn't even get to see the name of the standalone. They just, I mean, it's right there. I was too lazy to move it. I didn't remove it, obviously. He just told me to get to it. He said it wouldn't hold idle, cold start or warm start, and it would just turn off. But see, very good. The car is shaking a little bit, so sometimes, just very, very little. Maybe to the owner of the car you might not notice, but I do notice these things. Could be an injector or a vacuum leak or something, but it's very, very minor. I think most of you probably wouldn't even notice that. I would say it's nothing to worry about, but I'm probably still gonna tell him.
You know what I'm saying.
2008 G37. I just tuned it. It's a 91, and man, these things are like backwards. Like if I press up, no, if I press down, it goes up. If I go up, it goes down. And the same for the other side if you use the other controller. I don't know, but this car is really, really nice. What is your name? Gerson. I don't know if you watch my videos, but your name's Gerson. I really like your car, except that it's a 5-speed auto. All right, so I just did a OEM ECU reflash on this one for the high idle. So this one has no tune. Just did it through the factory tool. And this guy here, I don't remember his story, but I think I'm gonna end up tuning it. I think there's just, it needs a tune or something. So I'm gonna tune this one later. All right, guys, so I'm already doing a startup tune on here. Actually, I already put one on there, and it idles way better. Right now I'm just making some more adjustments. So it's not on the dyno yet, but Jesse's gonna load it. I'm just fixing some other things on here. And so this one's a 91. It has obviously bigger injectors, and he bought it like that. So basically this car, he bought it and he removed the tune, but he left the injectors and the other stuff on there, so it's obviously not gonna run right. So he brought it to get it diagnosed, and as far as George could tell, that the reason it doesn't run right is because the tune, which was from Cobb, is no longer there. So now we're gonna tune it on Ecutech. And since the diagnostics is complete, I went ahead and called him, because he did say he wanted to tune, but I called him to confirm, and he said yes, he wants me to tune it. And idle's way better, obviously, since I put my tune on there. All right, so I think I didn't finish recording the previous clip. I'm not too sure, but it's already on the dyno now. And again, it's a 91, and we're at 530 wheel and 528 torque. Again, the owner of the car is not looking for the most out of his setup. So on that first pull, actually, it's literally 95% done. The tune's 95% done. But I'm just gonna fix little things here and there that kind of like bother me. So that's why A lot of people have me tune the car because whether you know it or not, I'm like really picky on like every little detail. So I try to clean up everything tune wise. So I need to clean up some things and then let him know that the tune is complete. On this one, the catalytic converters that he has on it right now, they actually are on the way out. So I can tell they're on the way out. So I'm gonna tell him like, hey, you want to put another set of OEM ones, or do you want to get some high flow cats or something? But yeah, these are on the way out, which is not good. The obviously the motor, all the back pressure, once they go out, the motor can go out or could get damaged and stuff like that. And yeah, so damn, this 91 just stinks, dude. Most people are in 85, but yeah, I feel like he's gonna be very happy because of course he bought the car and I guess it wasn't running in a way. So now he's gonna be running. He's gonna be pretty happy. I believe it's his first GTR. So I don't know if he watches my videos. I think he does, or I think you do if you're watching them. Your name is Christopher. But yeah, I'm gonna get another point here. Hopefully I record the pool because I forgot to record the first one. Alright guys, so yeah, this is going to be the final number. The one that's going to stay in the ECU is actually the one that's 527 wheel horsepower and 532 torque. So why the green one when it makes less? Well, you have to keep in mind that the catalytic converter is on its way out. So he didn't want to push it. Obviously he didn't know that, but he told me he didn't want to push it from the beginning of the conversation I had with him. So if we had pushed it, let's just say the cat was good, yeah, we can make like 550 torque roughly, maybe a little more, it just depends, and just a rough estimate. And the horsepower probably the same 550 around there, with his mods. It still has the factory MAF sensors. So the factory MAF sensors, they max out really fast. No one really runs the MAF sensors on these cars. Once you start modifying it, they just can't handle the power. They're basically the same as 370Z, the MAF sensors. So they do sell upgraded MAF sensors if you want to run the MAF sensor, but most people don't. They switch to MAP, which deletes the MAF sensors, which I've said that word a bunch of times already. That would be better for these cars. The MAF sensors, just to give you guys a little insight, there is no specific horsepower on when they run out, so to speak. That's why you don't see any specific numbers online when you look for MAF sensors for upgraded ones, for those of you, for you guys that purchase them for whatever car you have, because there's a lot of variables on how and when it's going to max out. So the closest thing you could say when is a MAF sensor going to max out or how much horsepower does it hold is basically when you talk about a specific car with a specific setup. That's when you can say, okay, well, this 370Z with this like turbo kit and this specific bend of pipe and all that, and diameter, that's how much power it can hold. It hold X amount of power. So it's gonna be different on every car and every setup. So again, if you go and search up some MAF sensors, upgraded ones that you want to buy, it's not gonna say when they max out because it varies on the vehicle and the design of where it's going, the sensor is gonna sit in. So all that is very important. So in the case of the GTRs, it's just well, they just make power, so with just bolt-ons and a tune, so they just max out really fast. No one really uses them. In this case, if he decides to keep the car like this, then it's perfectly fine for him. Obviously, he's probably not even going to be racing it and all that. He's just going to have fun. But if he gets the aftermarket bug bite, then he's going to want to mod it. Then he can get the MAP sensor, and we could delete the MAF sensors. And, he can go 85 and make more power and obviously fix the catalytic converter issue, because that's the biggest thing right now. I'm going to tell him to change that. That's really the most important part right now, the catalytic converter. So I'm going to tell him that for sure, and I'm sure he's going to be very, very happy to finally be able to drive his car. So he bought this one modified. That's the thing though, when you buy them modified, the cars, any car, it's kind of like you have to get it from an owner that's gonna tell you everything. You know, someone that it seems you can trust at least. But a lot of people buy cars and the owner doesn't tell them anything, so they try to hide a lot of stuff. So that's just the recommendation. Stock is better, unless like, you know, like they have all the receipts or something. You know, some sort of proof, something that makes you believe them. But yeah, there's a lot. That's another conversation. Anyways, yeah. So this one's done. Very, very safe. Hopefully he enjoys it. And to be honest, I hope he actually mods it more.